welcome to the show. In this episode of Sunday Project, we sat down with Surya Kant Jaswal to uncover the inspiring milestone of his career, dive into the art of crafting marketing strategies, and exploring how AI will shape the future of the industry. But that's not all. We discover his passion for writing theater plays and poetry, adding a creative twist to his professional journey. And to wrap things up beautifully, Surya shared a heartfelt poetry that's sure to leave you inspired. Tune in for insight, story, and a touch of poetry. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Surya, to the Sunday Project. It's a pleasure to have you join us, especially on the Christmas, to share your journey, insight, and the secret behind successful campaign.
Wow.
And let's make it a big.
Merry Christmas, first of all. I am so excited and thank you for inviting me here. It is, it's my pleasure to be sharing things which are, in me and I am, deep inside it and I am just trying to, curate certain things and ideas with that. So it's my pleasure to share with you.
It
Completely my
would be a
pleasure.
great episode, I believe, this time. And let's dive into your career straight away. That how your career has evolved over the years. That what are the things that you have relished those moments. If you can share few of the example, that would be great.
Okay, sure. So I will start from my schooling. You can imagine a kid who is, in UP, dreaming about how this entire universe work in terms of advertising. Sometimes it is cinema, sometimes it is advertising, sometimes it is, back in those days when there are, in 90s, I would talk about. Right. I used to think that these creatives who, these commercials that people create, I used to be very mesmerized with this kind of concept. It's, 15-second, 20-second
Mm,
commercials, which are really remarkable and they leave impressions on you. I used to also
mm,
watch
mm,
a lot of, cartoons. So
mm.
Gulzar's writings for, Disney and Baloo, these were the characters which
Yes,
was,
yes, yes,
very much, connecting to us. And I used to think,
yes.
this is so beautiful, I can also do it. So that's how this, seed germinated in me, and I
Mm,
try to grow it to a level where I really wanted to do it. But I had no idea. In UP, in a very I wouldn't say it's a small town, but it is really, limited space that you're working in 90s, where there is no source of information. There is only newspaper
yes,
or Doordarshan, for that matter, or DD Metro. So
yes,
these are,
yes.
source of information that I used to grab.
Mm.
Starting from that, vision, when I will be doing something in cinema or commercials, digital was nowhere actually at all.
Yes, yes, I thought.
so
Yes.
so from that I started, and I know I had since I had no idea, I started my business also simultaneously. There were businesses that were happening. I am a I'm a, my family, in my background, I have a lot of businesses running around me. My brothers, my family, everyone is running like
Oh,
huge scale of businesses. And that
okay.
inside I also, these were the, I would say, raw material for me back in those days, when
Mm,
I was learning
mm,
on ground things and exploring what is possible in the universe. But keeping in that zone, I was also looking forward for a space where I also want to do something which is not that, regular thing, but it is
mm,
not that, ultra modern things that I am looking forward. I
mm,
wanted
mm,
somewhere
mm.
in between. So I, started with that, and then when I came to Delhi, I planned to do my MBA. And between that, because my creative, sense was not satisfied with the kind of MBA that was there, so I
Mm.
joined IIMC, which is for radio program. And what I did
Okay.
is I did copywriting, I did a lot of conceptualization, recordings, I
Mm.
did editing.
Okay.
It, we, very like I used to engrossed in editing and recording people. So that was the
Okay.
thing when I yeah that was the thing which I learned, ki creative is something which I really
Mm,
want to
mm,
do. तो
Hmm.
क्रिएटिव में
Hmm.
मेरे लिए ये ऐसा था कि इफ लेट्स से रेडियो में स्पेसिफिकली,
Hmm.
if you would remember that time when Meow FM was only FM, which was in English,
Hmm.
and it's
Yes.
a fusion, English and Hindi. And
Hmm.
apart
Hmm.
from that, all these radio stations were in Hindi, playing all the,
In regional language,
yeah,
Punjabi and regional language.
yes.
Yeah.
So if I remember, total 312 radio stations होते थे इंडिया में, and they were playing entire music, news, everything. If it is
Hmm.
radio
Hmm.
drama, everything is played into this segment only.
Hmm.
So I used to write,
Hmm.
I used to record, I used to
Very
voice
interesting.
commercials. So that dream which started in the small space has
Hmm.
grown to radio commercial now. And I used to
Hmm.
write
Hmm.
sparkles and things which are abhi aap agar dhyan se dekh. So that dream, when I started thinking about how to write copies, how to create concepts which can be remarkably established and create some sense of humor,
Hmm.
commercial angle also. Radio made me learn how to manage commercials. Then I
Hmm.
uh, took an internship in All India Radio for 6 months almost. We were working so all possible channels, whether it is FM Rainbow, FM Gold, or maybe radio drama, theaters, whatever it was possible. I did it, and I did a lot of so because I was writing, I was also part of a lot of theaters. There were
Hmm.
plays that I had written, which was
Oh,
really, yes.
very
One of
nice. Very
them,
nice.
I mean, I think I had written 7, 8 plays, theater plays.
Wow.
Out of that, yes, out of that, one of my play was shortlisted in words, short and sweet festival. It was in top
Hmm.
10 international. It's an international festival, and
Oh
I was
my God.
yeah, it was in selected in top 10 for writing. And so the name of the play was Gandhi, Chaplin, and so basically it's a concept which is Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi is meeting Charlie Chaplin. So the play was
Okay.
Gandhi, Chaplin, and Salt. It's a silent movie. It's a mime that Chaplin is playing. So Chaplin was played by Tushar Pandey. He's a very well-known actor now, and I was playing the role of Gandhi. So
Okay.
that was theater that I did, and before that I did Nehru, which was again my co-actor were Mr. Dilip Shankar. If you would
Hmm.
know, he was also he played Nehru, and I was
Hmm.
playing Gandhi again. Uh,
Hmm.
he is the person who is if you would know, he is a casting director for Delhi Six. There's a lot of
Oh.
movies
Oh.
that he did. Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, even Life of a Pi he was the casting director for Life of a Pi.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
so I have a lot of question attached to this. I mean, so first of all, I would like to tell you that, when I was a kid, probably at your age, uh, I didn't had any clue where I want to go. There was no one to guide, especially when you were in 90s, you born in 90s and 80s, and the guidance was not there.
yeah,
And
obviously.
even if the information was there, I was not able to process that what is the career that I was looking at. There were very few options, I mean, that everyone used to think of. Doctor banna hai, engineer banna hai, pilot banna hai, something like that, those only. Advertising was never there in the mind. I mean, you were actually focused. You had a dream that I want to go into creative field. I want to go into the advertising field. You had a very clear vision from the
Not
childhood, and
exactly.
that's a marvel.
It
That's a very
For me, it was
important thing
just an
to have.
idea. I had no, so no, no. There is a lot back in, it's not a clear idea.
Okay,
It was just an
okay.
idea, you know. It was
Curiosity
just
was there that what
yes, yes. That was
usually
the
happens
curiosity
behind
that
the scene.
yeah. But there was
Oh,
a lot that was going. I have not told you the stories which are very
okay.
interesting. So I'll have to reach to that point also. What I did is,
Okay.
I did my schooling. With I'm a science student. MBA was
Oh,
not even
oh
in
my
my
God.
dream. So I was very, so my maternal side is a lot of medical practice. My mamas are doctors,
Hmm.
and it's very
Oh.
powerful thing. So I was
Hmm.
planning to do my MBBS, and
Hmm.
I went, usual kid that you can think of. He was
Hmm.
planning to do an MBBS and become a doctor, really good doctor. That was my
Hmm.
one of the idea that I really wanted to do.
One of the dream, one of the idea. Yeah.
Yes. So what happened is, when I was completing my intermediate, I randomly did this MBBS examination, the pre-medical test.
Hmm.
I happened to find out, I got shortlisted for dental BDS. It was a
Okay.
good college, and I realized, and I did not do any preparation for that matter, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because I realized that if I'm not doing any preparation, I'm getting dental. That means if I do small, effort, probably I'll get the MBBS. So I
Hmm.
dropped
Hmm.
that year, thinking
Hmm.
that I'll again prepare and do my
Prepare.
MBBS. That was the thing that I had in my mind. What
Hmm.
happened is I dropped that year, and when I entered again next year for the PMT, I failed. I drastically failed. So not even BDS was there, and I was
Uh,
not ready to compromise beyond that. So
hmm.
I dropped
Hmm.
that idea itself. I'm a graduate with
Okay.
botany and chemistry.
अब नहीं करना है वो.
So again, then
Nice, nice.
I completed my graduation with botany and chemistry, and then I was thinking, okay, let's do microbiology. It was very, uh,
Oh, new
very
field.
promising business back then. Biotechnology
Okay.
is the thing
Uh,
that I was very keen to do. I'm a very,
hmm.
so while I was doing my BSc, I was very, excited about genetics.
Hmm. Hmm.
So so
Continue, continue. Please continue.
So I
Yeah.
was very good at genetics, proning,
Hmm.
cloning things. These things were very, I used to feel very, excited about it. I thought,
Hmm.
let's do MBA. Okay.
Hmm.
Sorry, MSc with genetics or
Hmm.
oceanography was my thing. I
Okay.
couldn't get
Okay.
admission because back in that time, 26 seats in India were there. The like, limited
Oh,
colleges were doing this thing, and
course.
only
Yeah.
26 seats were available in selected colleges. I had no
Okay.
chance, so I dropped that idea also. And finally, I decided
Okay.
I'll do MBA. There's no scope now. Business, family, and business will come to rescue for me.
Business to खून में. Let's do it again.
Yeah,
Let's try it there.
yeah, yeah.
Very
That
nice. Very nice. So I was wondering when you were explaining, you told that you had a lot of creative background.
yeah.
So I was wondering from creative to advertising, although it's a similar kind of thing, there are a lot of touch to it. Creative is altogether different compared to advertising, right?
Yeah,
If
true.
you look at the specialty point of view. Now, how that happened? I mean, what was that moment that you decide that let me go into the advertising now? I mean, this is the thing that I will survive and thrive.
Okay, so there is a basic, need for everything, the creative things that comes from. I
Hmm.
am
Hmm.
very good at poetry. Hindi poetry is my forte. I
Oh,
am, yes, that's my
I would
forte.
love to hear some lines, maybe in as we progress.
Oh, sure. So I am, so that, the writing skill that I had for my poetry prompted me to think about advertising, because
Okay.
jingles and things were really promising, that they were germinating in me. So I'm a
Hmm.
very good, I understand poetry really well. I write, I think, I mean, I get appreciations because of that. So that poetry
Great.
skills, yeah, that poetry skills has prompted me ki, so I was thinking ki main karu kya, a clueless guy who is doing everything but not able to achieve what he is looking
Hmm.
forward for.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, let's merge this poetry
Hmm.
writing skill with business skill, which I have. It's in my blood. Right.
Yes. Yes.
So I married these two things, and the result was straight away advertising. Right.
Hmm.
That was
I
the
can understand.
Yeah. That was the because. business is something that if you do any campaign, I'll get the background of the story also.
Hmm.
I will
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
about it, what exactly you're looking forward for. So that's because of the business. And the poetry, what emotions you want to churn out of the audience is something that I
Hmm.
am really, I would say I'm pro at it. So I
Hmm.
know where
Hmm.
I can go to poetry level. So I wanted to
Hmm.
merge it, and that's how this business and advertising came from. So I thought I will do movies. I'll do some theater was my background. I was writing,
Hmm.
theaters. I was acting. I was doing production. I was doing certain XYZ things, which was just learning for what I want to achieve. So even recently,
Hmm.
I did a
Hmm.
theater which was with Salim Shah, director. He's a very well known director. He's one of relative of Nashiruddin Shah. He's from the same
Okay.
family, and he's
Hmm.
part of a lot of big short movies like Surfaros and all.
Hmm.
Many of them
Hmm. Hmm.
done more than
Oh, very nice.
150 movies
Very
and all.
nice. Very nice.
So I did a
Ah,
theater
interesting.
recently.
Hmm.
The play was Draupadi Defined, and I played Bhim
Hmm.
ka role. So
Oh, oh.
yeah,
How do you get time for all these things? I just want to understand. I mean,
trust
so
me, I
when we are
don't.
in job with 24/7, the mind goes in that direction only. कि आज campaign कैसा गया है, what correction we have to do, क्या team में अलग भसड़ चल रही है, somebody has resigned, you have to hire new guy, that, this and that, everything goes on. How do you get time for all these things? I
I'll tell
want to
you,
know.
it's simple business. It's very simple business.
Hmm.
Although it is not that I
Hmm.
have a lot of time, but the thing is, it's
Hmm.
very simple business. The moment any
Hmm.
creative projects comes in my
Hmm.
life, it
Hmm.
there is supremacy of these creative projects. The moment it will come, everything will be fine.
Uh,
I was, I remember I was working with a guy, Sandeep Sharma. He is a very well-known comedian now. You must be seeing,
mm,
his
yes.
stand-up comedies. So I was working with him, and I was writing for his, skits and things, copies. And I was discussing with my director Promila Leante. She was from London. She was directing Sahir back in that time. So I was playing
Okay.
a friend of Sahir. So the moment that project came to my life, I told Sandeep, listen, I want to do this theater. He said, listen, if you want to do this theater, this is the time that you have to contribute for my projects, and then you can
Mm,
do theater. You know what
mm.
happened? I ran away. I did. I used to complete his projects, whatever was needed, and then I used to go to theater. I did not compromise on theater at all.
Okay,
So that
okay. So
was
your priority was clear.
I mean, theater comes into my the moment any creative project
I
comes to my
understand.
mind, I will manage
Uh,
every. My mind will work out the solution.
yes, yes,
So that
yes.
how it
True,
works.
true. It's just a state of mind. Time is just a
Yes.
matter of things that you know, a lot of times, a lot of people says that we don't get. So I have recently started, it's been a year, started reading books. So a lot of people say that how do you get time? I always say that, yeah, you will find out the time
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
have a
smash the
passion for
time.
that.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, good. You develop a passion for some certain things, a few things, you will
Yeah.
automatically find a time. That is very true. Very true. Very
True.
nice. So I will jump directly to the marketing and strategy.
Yeah.
So, what are the key ingredients of successful marketing strategy as per you in today's scenario?
Okay, so in the day and age, so in the current day and age, what's happening is, these marketeers are talking every, bits and pieces to try to grab the eyeballs. It's very simple,
Yes,
whether it is
yes.
digital, whether it is OOH, whether it is radio, TV, even print for
Print,
that
everything.
matter. Everything
Yes.
is actually trying to grab an eyeball, which is a,
Hmm.
basic phenomena for advertising.
Hmm.
What is happening these days is there is a lot of channels that people have been missing also,
Hmm.
right? Usually what happens in the traditional marketing system, the people who are leading the organizations have a traditional mindset. They wouldn't understand
Mindset.
the on ground thing, what is
Hmm.
happening.
Hmm.
And there is also a gap which is very very much there in the system. which I feel is there, that this leader of this marketing, segment would be, because they don't know how this universe has changed. They have worked
Change
throughout
drastically.
the traditional methods.
Mm-hmm.
What has happened is, there is a gap, and this gap they want to fulfill. They also understand there is a gap. They want to fulfill with the this entire gap with a person who is very, 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 young. So this young person will have an idea because of the certain impacts that they have. They don't have the learning of the market. So what happens? There is a gap between this traditional marketing and the too young person. This too young person will be, mesmerized with the meme. They will be,
Yes,
attracted
yes,
with the
I can
kind of
understand.
memes,
So that
you know.
they both will go in different direction.
Yeah, these are two different dimensions altogether,
Yes,
and
yes.
this gap is not fulfilled. So you would see a lot
Mm,
of campaigns which have too young audience to talk about and too mature
mm,
audience, and this
mm,
gap is not filled. So that when you
mm.
don't marry these things, you will find a lot of miscommunication happening through your audience. Managing a brand has to be a very clear targeting. So those brands
Mm,
which are actually doing a clear targeting about what they want to talk and who they want to talk about will be achieving whatever eyeballs they want, because this
mm.
young person who is guiding you through XYZ channels, they have an eyeball. They will get you certain things, but this is not the TG that you will be getting for business, right? And it is too
Yes.
scale. If you, let's say you just focus on this young person's guidance and you do a lot of targeting and marketing there only, you will be successful
Mm.
instantly, because you are actually leaving your traditional way of managing. And
Yes.
if let's say you drop this one and you are just focusing on traditional one, then you will be leaving entire, upgrown
New
segment which
age.
has
Yeah.
grown up a lot. So this
Mm,
gap
mm,
is not filled. So in my
mm.
opinion, if you talk about the marketing strategy, I really try to, create some
Also
buzz
both of
around it. Yeah,
mm,
but I
mm,
really want to merge it. I don't want to go
mm,
straight away into meme sections in,
mm.
let's say I'm talking
Yes,
about
yes.
marketing minds. Let's say I'm talking about this Rajnikant versus CID jokes and all.
Mm,
So
mm,
there is a
mm,
lot of things happening in India. If
mm,
so,
mm,
Anish is the person who manages Rajnikant versus CID platform, and
mm,
there is a
mm.
lot what happens. So I have a pool of people who do meme marketing. I have a pool of people who are a lot of influencers, that have been there. So we'll have to use plug and play system for that, so that you
Yes,
can
yes.
marry these things to grow to a certain level, so that I am
Mm,
actually able to talk to my TG in whatever
mm,
content that that person is consuming. Right. If it
mm,
is meme,
mm,
I have to be there. If it is YouTube videos, I have to be there. If it
mm.
is OOH, while you're driving, or radio while you're driving,
Yes,
I have to be there.
yes.
Has to
I have
marry.
to be there.
Yeah.
Marry everything. And the story has to be stitched, right?
Yeah.
It should not
Yes.
be that each platform is talking about something else and then user has to think a lot. User don't have mind and time to think a lot.
Yeah.
Lot
You
of
have to
time, what
actually.
happens? Yes,
You have
sorry.
to
Lot of
actually
time, what
live.
happens?
Yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
Please. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So lot of time, what happens that marketer uh, create a lot of confusion and let consumer think that they assume that consumer will think that, oh, okay, this communication will lead to this, but we as a marketer has to make it more simplified, more so that they can understand in one go only. Instead of leaving everything on the consumer, it is always important to simplify things and make it more consumable. That is
Yeah.
what my take is. Yeah, please.
So what I was saying is it's a reverse integration, which I think
Yes.
is very important for you to do as a a marketer. You have to understand who is the consumer and what they are consuming in terms of content, because there is only
Mm,
medium that you can think of is the content that you are trying to publish, and that person is,
mm,
is consuming. Let's say I'm doing
mm,
in short, or maybe any small scale. I would say app marketing, app specific
mm,
targeting. For
mm,
me, what type of content you are consuming as an audience for me
mm,
is very important for
mm,
me, right? So I would definitely try to find out where my audience is, trying to consume more content. So
Hmm. Hmm.
accordingly, we plan.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I mean, you have to cut down certain budgets from print, OOH, if it is not needed.
Hmm. Hmm.
You have to a lot of time. What you have to do is digital targeting has to be so precise and clear that you are able to
Hmm.
communicate that channel. For
Hmm.
that matter, I'll give you an example. Distillery is doing fantastic in terms of marketing. I would say Parle Agro has
Hmm.
done like, remarkably well. I
Hmm.
remember when
Yes.
they launched. I remember that Paanch Ka Do Fruity when they launched. That journey started, and now you can see a really 7,000 8,000 crores
Yes.
company
Yes.
adding up. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Can,
that's the
yes. Yes. Can you share any example marketing campaign that has delivered exceptional result for you? I mean, in terms of outcome, as in ROI, or if they have achieved their KPI.
Okay, so I would, instead of giving you that, I would also give you a campaign that was really close to my heart. You know,
Mm, very,
yes, and
very nice.
I was expecting a lot, and it
Mm-hmm.
did wonders to the market.
Mm,
I'm a person who is also into videos that you would know. So theater and creatives are certain things that I do. So obviously video comes along. So we did a campaign with at Select City Walk. We did a campaign Green Wali Diwali. It was
okay.
just a thought recommended, and then we grown it to a level. If you
Mm,
would
mm,
notice, I think 4 5 years back we did entire shopping center into real plants.
mm, mm,
All the
mm,
decor and
mm.
everything was real plants, and everything was breathing because pollution and Delhi is now
Yes.
synonymous to each other.
Mm,
So
yes.
we wanted
We
to
all know.
we wanted to break that, and what we did is
Mm.
entire mall was like decored with real plants, and it was
Green plants.
yes, green plant. What we did is we also collaborated with NGOs. We asked
Mm,
people to bring their newspapers, and taking that newspaper from all schools, colleges, whatever was possible, and we
mm.
handed it over plants to each and everyone who visited
Okay. Okay.
for
That's nice.
that was on ground. The idea was executed so well. What we also
Mm,
promoted
mm,
through digital was anything in the shopping center. That was a gimmick that you can say. Anything that is
mm,
green, we actually complemented with secret vouchers. So
mm,
whoever
mm.
was shopping, and let's say you have randomly picked a green thing, you will be surprised with the voucher in this. So that was the on
Oh,
ground activation. Yeah, and
oh,
we
that's
also
nice.
integrated. Yeah, so we created a beautiful video. Even the Christmas was, we planned it in a way where we are incorporating the green thing. So
Yeah,
that
I
campaign was,
understand.
yeah.
It was for your current organization, or it was for some
No, no, it's my previous organization.
your
It,
previous organization. If I may ask, what they used to sell? I mean, what was the product? They
so it's a shopping center. It's a mall,
Okay.
right? So
Oh,
for me,
okay. You were in mall. Oh, I'm so sorry.
it's
I was not aware. Yeah.
basically what we were doing is trying to attract footfall,
Yeah.
and
Footfall.
it's a social messaging that was very close to my heart, that
Mm,
you need to
mm.
cultivate. You are a business, but that doesn't mean that you can only do business and look for money.
Yes.
There is a
Yes. Yes.
responsibility that you have to
Mm,
for your social requirements you have to fulfill.
mm, mm,
uh,
mm,
so that messaging was very clear, and it was planned
mm,
with my CSR team. Obviously, my
mm.
boss, my
Very
CSR team, every
interesting.
entire team was really active on that, and we executed really
Mm,
well. I would
mm,
say digitally it did wonders. It was really
mm,
good because it has a message, and it was communicating to the right TG, and it impressed people. So
mm,
that
mm.
is a campaign that I would say worked phenomenal.
Yeah.
In my
Okay.
current
Great. Great.
organization, we did a Varanasi launch. So we are a right. I'm right now in a dairy company.
Hmm. Hmm.
known as the India. So what we did
Yes.
is we launched it in Varanasi. It's a new market that we wanted to do. What we did
Okay.
in that, it's a very smart business that we do. The product name is Gadha Maza.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So what we did is we painted entire city Varanasi with hoardings, which used to say
Okay.
there's no branding, and this used to say Ab aayega Gadha Maza.
Okay. Okay. Very
That was
nice.
Yes, that was the coding, and it was curiosity that we generated, and then we
Okay.
started, cultivating that curiosity with radio and everywhere. We created
Hmm.
videos with, local people. What do you think about Gadha Maza?
Hmm.
What exactly is the, what
Hmm.
comes into your mind? What is Gadha Maza?
Hmm.
So people used to
Hmm.
respond in a very quirky way. Since it is
Hmm.
Varanasi, you have to,
Ah.
get local, and the feel of that rawness was there, and it
Ah.
worked really well. People
Okay. Okay.
answered really, smart way. They wanted to try to gray zone, but they again, have to say that. So it was really funny, and it was interesting
Ah.
also. A few of responses we had to cut down of the video because of
I understand. I
that worked
understand.
really well. It was I
Yeah.
did it with Radio Mirchi and Radio City, and it
Okay.
worked really well. And digitally also, garners a lot of number. Visibility was really
Hmm.
strong.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
would say,
Very nice.
yeah, it was above. I think four times above my expectations. The reach.
Expectation. I would suggest if you can publish some case study in any of the media news, I mean, like the industry news, that would be great. That would be inspiration for a lot of marketed like me.
I mean, yeah, it is. But the thing is, what is happening these days. I am right now also occupied with a lot of launch. There is multiple things
Mm,
happening. I have a home delivery app that
mm,
is supposed to be relaunched. Now we are planning for
mm.
Delhi launch also. So there's a lot of things
Okay.
happening back and forth. So whatever we do,
Yeah.
we don't even have time to reach back to check and find out what we have done till
Mm,
now. That
mm.
happens.
Then ask your boss to hire someone else as well in your team who can help you out.
I have my
Okay.
team. Yeah. So yeah.
So, I was saying that why these kind of campaigns are required, because milk is a very low engaging product.
Yes,
दूध आया
that
सुबह आया consume हो गया. Also, I used to face similar challenge when I was serving in Group M to Cargill Foods. The only challenge with the client was that यार इसमें engagement कहाँ से generate करूं? It's a very low engaging. ऑयल लेके आना है यार, कौन सा ऑयल देखा, कौन सा बेटर, लियोनार्डो बेटर दिख रहा है, दूसरा बेटर दिख रहा है, ले आया और चल दिया बस. उसमें एंगेजमेंट क्या है? सो व्हेन यू बाय electronics, you buy something else, you engage, you even if you buy clothes, you see that ये कैसा लगेगा, टेक्सचर क्या है, ब्रांड क्या है, फिट क्या है, you do a lot of research on it. But on
yeah.
food, it's very low engaging, and it is very important to make campaigns like that so that it registered in consumers' mind, in the
Yeah, yeah.
target audience mind. Yeah, I
So,
can relate.
so
Yeah.
if you would notice, Amul has done wonders,
Yes.
in the
Yes.
same segment. But the
Yes.
most smart thing that you would notice, Amul has not done it with milk. They have done it
Yes.
with butter.
Butter.
They started with
Yes.
butter. The girl that you see is actually the butter,
Yes.
Asli butter,
Butter.
delicious. Right? So
Yes.
they did it that
But
way. They were
yeah,
not doing
it has worked for them as a brand overall.
overall
You know.
umbrella. Yes, yes.
Yes.
But these are the spaces. Obviously, it is very low engagement. You wouldn't notice that people actually do not even think about it whether they want to switch their milk brand or not. That's a bottom
Yes.
line.
They don't.
You
They
would
don't.
sleep, wake up and straight away go to the retailer, and this retailer will give you the packet. You don't have to utter any word. That retailer will give you exactly what you want, and you will come back.
Exactly the same amount.
Yes, yes. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's nothing that you need to actually do, right?
Yes.
In
Yes.
terms of fixing it.
Nowadays, a lot of retail. Yeah. So nowadays, a lot of small retailer has what they have started doing. They started delivering
Sorry.
in at your doorstep as well. not the bigger company, not the apps and all. I'm just talking about the small booth they have. They say कि भैया मेरे को बता दो कितने बजे पहुंचाना है, वो
Hmm.
पैक जो है आपके घर पे सुबह सुबह आ जाएगा. They have started doing that also.
So, the
It's
delivering part also, uh,
hmm,
all these Kirana store, bricks and mortar stores have also started delivering. I also have an app where you can subscribe your milk and it will be delivered to your doorstep. But
hmm.
there's no pattern that you want to change.
Hmm,
Whatever brand you
hmm.
are consuming,
I understand.
everyone
Huh.
knows, whoever is, dealing with it. The moment you change, you know, you will have a question why you want to change.
Yes.
Usually.
There would be a resistance from the family member itself. They will say that ये क्यों चेंज करना है? सही तो है. टेस्ट
Yes.
सबका लगा हुआ है. हाँ.
So there is no so what attribution you want to attract with your product that
Hmm,
actually
hmm,
attached where you are actually trying to convince your audience, okay, I am
hmm,
better than others.
hmm,
We are pricing a little premium. थोड़ा सा महंगा है
hmm,
हमारा दूध थोड़ा मतलब 2 रुपया
hmm,
1 रुपया महंगा है or
hmm,
pricing wise we do better. We have better quality in terms of the product. The fact
hmm.
we have a controlled system that keeps the quality check. Sorry, we have a
Yeah,
system
it's
where
okay.
actually we have a system where we are actually trying to measure and deliver exactly the product that we want to deliver, all the
Okay.
formulas that we want to deliver. We do testing every day. So even
Hmm,
current days my MD will get this uh, samples of the milk and he will
hmm,
try, and he's a lactose tolerant person, but in he is actually trying to testify everything. He will
hmm.
make sure that whatever we want to deliver, the recipe is exactly the same that is supposed to be delivered. So we're trying to
Okay.
maintain it. Other
Interesting.
brands are also probably doing, but the thing is they are too large to manage it. Right. So fat quotient, if they are mentioning, they have to keep it bottom line because they cannot, mention above because the consistency is missing. The
Hmm,
procurement is
hmm.
happening from somewhere else, and then you are, delivering somewhere else. So
Doing
it's
it
not,
somewhere else.
yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay,
where we are
okay.
trying to, balance it out, and that is what is working for us. So wherever there
Hmm,
we are available, we are a very strong loyal customer base because of the quality.
hmm, hmm. Okay, okay. Very nice. So how do you see AI transforming the entire marketing strategy and the field? Uh, what is there anything that in your mind that you see that it is going to be completely change in coming 5 year, 10 year down the line?
I mean, AI will do wonders for marketing only. I don't know
Hmm,
why AI is not being used at extraordinary level, but if
hmm.
you would notice, AI does everything that is into creative zone.
Yes.
And in my opinion, I feel copywriters are drivers. So the moment you are planning a driverless car, it is
Hmm,
automated. But the best
hmm. It
part
is
is,
automated.
yes, but the best part is that you're removing the human brain which is occupied there to
Hmm,
use it to another things, right?
hmm.
So the
Use it
space,
into more productive, more
yeah, yes,
important things.
yes.
Yes.
So if I am a copywriter, let's say I'm writing 10 copies a day, I would be, obviously trying to use my skills to refining more copies instead of
Yes.
writing, right?
Yes.
So the
That has
quality
happened.
will
Yes.
improve, and it is
Yes.
not just copywriting, it is a lot.
Hmm,
Your
hmm,
concepts, your creative storytelling, your way of representing things, all is going to be tremendously, remarkably, improved. That gives you an idea where, if I have to think about right now about the marketing, transforming through AI, it will be, you will not be able to recognize this marketing the way it is supposed to be, mentioned these days. You know,
hmm, hmm,
small changes in the marketing when you scan a print ad and you see, okay, there is a story that this ad is telling. It's a very small thing. The AI is, reading it and then they're creating it.
hmm,
Imagine when
hmm,
you're creating an entire video portfolio of yours through print ads and OH,
hmm,
the screens are, that capable when they are able to tell you what brand you should consume, a comparative study, everything is happening through small commercials. So these are all
Hmm. Hmm.
possibilities that I see. This is all
Hmm.
gonna come up, although it's very
Hmm.
important to understand the insights that we've not discussed
Hmm.
yet.
Hmm.
Your
Hmm.
insights will be more powerful than you can
More
think of.
powerful? Yes, yes, yes. I've tried multiple times. There is a raw data. We
Yeah.
try to make insight out of it. There's so mine has a restriction. We only see what we want to see, right?
Yes.
When we put AI to the work, they gives in different direction. It gives you a complete picture that these all are things are happening, and these are the improvement area that you can look at, and
Yes.
it is doing wonderful.
I mean, see, the thing is, it
And
is so powerful. In my current organization, imagine your team is always on ground. They are doing XYZ activities there.
mm,
There is a
mm,
serial pattern. There is a serious uh, problem zone also. There is a lot of uh, mental block, I would say, that would be there. There is blind spot that you need to attract, find out
mm,
whether you have to, whether there is any loophole that you want to fix it. All these will be possible the moment you will add this AI into the inside, the back end of the marketing.
yes.
The flowery
Mm,
story is always there. You will be
mm,
always be mesmerized, and it will attract you with bits and pieces. But that story
mm,
comes out of the insight is very important. The moment you look
yes.
into the insights, you will find out.
Mm,
If, in my
mm,
opinion, if I am able to find out who are my competitions, in
mm,
terms of in my product marketing, who is doing actually replica of me and not able to
mm,
achieve, right? I'll be
mm,
able to
mm,
read the stories in between the data, who is consuming my product, who is not
mm,
ordering my product. This is all
mm,
visibly available in my dashboard. That's possible
mm.
through.
Yes, yes, I understand. I can relate also. So the other day I was having conversation with my copywriter at my current organization, and I asked her that what do you think of AI? Is it actually helping or it is killing the job? And she said कि जो ground level है ना, जो कचरा वाला जो copywriter है ना, they are out from the market, and that is good for the people those who write very creative the quality content. For them it works as a ground this thing. So AI give a lot of data to, since I am from a healthcare background, uh, whatever you say it has to be backed with some kind of data, some kind of research. So AI helps the copywriter to find the content writer to find the relevant data relevance, and then they build from there कि this data में ये था, यहाँ की study में ये था, and then we should look at from that angle and this angle. So in a way it is helping the good copywriters, good content writer.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that way. I'll give you a very interesting story.
Hmm, hmm,
That will give you an idea whether you know how people's mind actually work. In 80s, when Amitabh Bachchan was a very dominating 90s 80s, when he was very dominating superstar, someone asked about the VCRs and other things launched in the market, which was new to the system, and people used to copy videos and watch it at their places, re-record and things. It was there. So in an interview, he was asked that, what do you think about this? Exactly the same question that we are right now discussing with AI. His
hmm,
answer was, that this is not good to the society. It will kill this entire industry. It was that way he answered it. If you
hmm,
ask the
hmm,
same question to him right now, he would the answer will be different, right? Because
hmm,
now this
hmm,
entire era has gone. Now people have
hmm.
learned it. That was
Learned it.
very much needed to reach to
Hmm,
this
hmm.
level, right?
Yes, yes.
We wouldn't need this VCRs now, but we if you remove VCRs cassettes, the industry would never have grown to this level,
Never. Yes, yes,
right?
yes. True,
So
true.
that's the transition that happens. So AI
Hmm,
would
hmm,
bring in more transition than what
hmm.
this industry has done. It is gonna
Recently,
empower. yeah, it is going to empower each and every individual on this planet to a bigger position, larger scale of thinking, you know,
Yes.
a wider range of understanding. And this
Hmm.
globalization will actually get into a, thing. You will be able to think a perspective from Paris things, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You will be
Yes.
able to achieve things which are available in US, UK,
Hmm.
whatever
Hmm.
territory that you want to cater to. It is possible
Hmm.
at your end, at your disposal. People are not using it
Yes.
that way. If I give you a
Yes.
command that really I want to plan a campaign for Edinburgh right now, you know, AI will give the insight as of, it is in the Edinburgh only, right? This is possible because the insights are available. We are not exploring that routes.
And we are not exploring that. Exactly.
Right. So this will
Exactly.
happen. Eventually, people will learn it. I am so
Hmm. Hmm.
surprised, when my teammates. So I have my team. My teammate mate would try to teach everyone how to write
Hmm.
emails through this XYZ, and I would be like, wow. If he is trying to teach, that means everyone
Uh,
is at the end of the day. People never used WhatsApp or Facebook for
hmm.
that, but people are now pro at it.
Hmm.
So
Proactive.
it is gonna
Yeah.
grow.
Proactive.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's gonna gain that space for sure.
Hmm. 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 Just to conclude the show, there are two things that I straightforward want to ask you.
Yeah.
So, what is the piece of advice, one piece of advice that you want to give an aspiring marketer that who are looking to make an impact in the world, in the advertising world?
Okay.
One piece
Uh,
of advice.
two.
Okay, two.
Okay. I
Uh,
thought this is a really you are coming to a very difficult question, but I think it's very comparatively very easy also. For a marketeer, he should know. Uh, Jokes apart, he should see, the thing is he's a consumer also. So if I have to tell you as a marketeer what you need to do, actually you
think from a
should
consumer point of view. Yeah.
yes, you should be the most brutal consumer to
Hmm.
understand the
Hmm.
marketeer.
Hmm.
Brutal,
Hmm.
when I'm saying you have to be ruthless with the brand.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, as a consumer, if you are ruthless, then only you will be able to understand the marketing. Now, coming back to the other side of it is what you want to achieve. You are a marketer, but you need to first understand which route you want to take.
Hmm. Hmm.
Me, I am a person who is creatively strong, plus numbers are something that I do with. You know,
Hmm.
I play with those numbers. So all my campaigns are actually dependent on the insights that I'm planning for. Right.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
first I curate the data, I find out what is gonna work, and then I will do the campaign accordingly. We plan
Hmm.
it that. For a marketer,
Okay,
you need to
great.
first understand which side you want to be. A
Hmm.
creative
Hmm.
person will have to be very, very different than the person who is managing the numbers. Right?
Yes,
You
yes,
have to
yes.
clear your mindset to manage in a way that you want to be in a creative zone or you want to be playing with the numbers. See,
Hmm.
a marketeer
Hmm.
is also a person who is coding and doing the data, creating the
Hmm.
action.
Hmm.
A marketeer is also a person who is actually only thinking from the strategy point of view. So you
Hmm.
have to
Hmm.
be very clear vision what you want to achieve through this route that you want to take.
Hmm.
That's my
Hmm.
suggestion.
No, that's nice. That's nice. I would always say that don't be rigid, be flexible. That is what I always, do. कि मेरे को बस यही करना है. नहीं, you have to be flexible.
Yeah.
What is the need of the hour? Then adjust according to that. That is what I always uh, ask. So anyway, the last thing I want to ask you, just to conclude the show,
Yeah.
what is that thing that you want to do and you have not done yet? I mean, and why? It's
Okay.
something
I don't
personal.
think I've done anything. Trust me, I'm, I'm
Okay,
I'm being very polite and modest on this. I
okay.
I don't
Any
think I've
any
done
any one
anything.
thing that there is an aspiration that I want to drive, go to the Mount Everest. I want to go to the North Pole. There would be something that you want to do. It's a dream that someday I will do it. Is there would be something.
I'll tell you. I am a kid by my heart. So I
Uh,
again, the ideas are like that. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. All popping
that's
up
nice.
everywhere.
That's nice. That's nice.
I am. If you would ask me that specifically what I want to achieve, I have no clue. I still right now in
Hmm.
my current time, I'm writing
Hmm.
a few stories. I have
Hmm.
poetry. I have
Oh,
these are regular things. It happens every
can,
day to me.
can you as I said in the beginning of the show, can you say a few lines?
मैं फंस गया क्या? Okay. I,
No, no, no. The
I will
creative
definitely
guy
write.
will never कभी नहीं फंसेगा. Creative guy is such a I always believe that creative guy किसी भी सिचुएशन में ना वो सोचना बंद नहीं करता है. मतलब उसको हर चीज में कुछ नया दिखता है.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a story which is very good before this poetry. So
yeah.
in my office there was an engagement activity happening, and this was organized by the owner of the company, a team of
Hmm.
almost 50 people sitting together doing xyz thing. There was an
Hmm.
activity,
Hmm.
and this activity was to offer something that is restricting people to do something. So you had to
Yeah.
write a task, and you had to give it to like throw it to a ball, and that ball, people will pick from this thing, and they will do the task. I happened to find out a task which was there was written acting, and and that mind, usually what happens, people get some time to cook some story. I
Uh,
was on the stage and I had no idea what to do. It was clueless spot for me. What I did is,
uh,
there was a person who actually read a poetry, not poetry,
uh,
what do we
Shairi.
call it? Shairi. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it was not of Ghalib.
hmm.
And what I did is on the stage, I said, "तू सुनाएगा मुझे पोइट्री? तुझे पता है गालिब कौन?" I literally did a couple of couplets of Ghalib,
Yeah.
and I
Uh,
actually you know says this character there then and there only. No one
very nice.
knows now. Till now, no one knows that it was not a part of my play or anything. It was just created on the spot.
On the way you have. That's nice.
And that was the story. So you're right on that
Uh,
point. People don't get stuck. Okay, I'm
yeah.
right. Reading a poetry for you. This is
Yeah. Thank you.
it has a I mean, it has a different flavor that you would find out. Uh, it's a serious one, so allow
Please.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
सब कुछ सही होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा। सब कुछ सही होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा। पर कुछ सही होगा, तुझको भी यकीन होगा। जब रास्ते से लुट Can I repeat it? I got
Yes.
stuck.
Please. 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 Yeah.
सब कुछ सही होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा। सब कुछ सही होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा। पर कुछ सही होगा, तुझको भी यकीन होगा। जब रास्ते से लूट लिए जाएंगे साथी। जब रास्ते से लूट लिए जाएंगे साथी। जब कोई किसी का भरोसा नहीं होगा।
Very
सब
deep.
कुछ सही होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा। जिस पोटली से चांद की कीमत लगाई जाएगी, उस पोटली के होठों पर पत्थर तो नहीं होगा। सब कुछ सही होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं।
Very deep. Very deep. Very nice. Very nice. Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Uh, what a wonderful, way to end the show with a poetry. And I again wants to thank you once again to being on my show. And let's hope that we connect once again for some more insights, some more interesting journey. It is just, we have done 45 minutes of 50 minutes of recording, but I would wonder if we can connect some time again in the future.
For sure. Thank you. It is really pleasure to talk to you every single time. And it is
Yeah.
amazing to connect with you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you once again. Yeah.